name is Marco Cuevas. I'm originally from Guatemala, and I recently became a Belgian national. I'm an architect. That's my base formation. I did my studies of architecture in Guatemala at the Jesuit school. And I was, from a very early age, I was working in the housing sector. I am a housing specialist, so I was working there, and that's actually why I got motivated to go to Columbia University and to get the Fulbright Scholarship to go to Columbia, because in my country of origin, the financial system is not very well developed, so availability for housing finance is very reduced. And there is a great need for housing. So I felt that as an architect, I didn't have the necessary tools for, especially in the finance area. So I was looking for a program that was actually combining real estate development and finance with urban planning. And Columbia University was offering that program. It is one of the few institutions that I know that is offering that very interesting mixture. So I started to look around, and at that time they were offering Fulbright scholarships in Guatemala. I was applying, and I was very lucky to get one because it was very, very competitive. So it was a full scholarship. We first were invited to go to American University to polish our language skills and to get familiar with the American educational system. That was during the summer. We were there for about 1 to 2 months, so it was not very long. And then we went to New York, to Columbia University. My experience at Columbia was really a life-changing experience for many reasons. First, and very importantly, is because I met my wife there, so that was really changing my life in many respects, because due to her, later I was moving to Belgium, and I was settling in Belgium. But Columbia University itself is not only an academic experience. Of course, you are receiving all this fantastic cutting-edge knowledge and information, and you have the opportunity to interact with a very global community, students from all over, and professors, very, very, very profound academic experience. But also Columbia University is in the middle of New York. And New York is an experience in itself. So being at a place like Columbia and then in New York City, it's really changing your life forever. You acquire different views on yourself, your relation with the world, about your country, because it seems New York is such a global place, and Columbia as well. So that allows you to have a more clear view of where you stand in relation to the rest of the world. So it's something that I really recommend for whoever has the opportunity to do it. At Columbia, I went first to the School of Architecture, to the urban planning department. They have an urban planning program, very good program. I concentrated in developing countries, and in that program I participated in, there was an exchange at that time with the University of Port-au-Prince in Haiti. So it was a very interesting sort of laboratory. So we were learning at Columbia, and then we were applying what we were learning, helping the community in Haiti. So that was something extremely interesting. And then after finishing my degree in urban planning, I went to the business school at Columbia as well, and I did an MBA in finance. And there I was concentrating on housing finance, and very specifically on mortgage financing, right? So this is about my Columbia time. About the Fulbright Scholarship itself, I'm very grateful to the Fulbright Program for three reasons. First, because if it was not because of that program, I wouldn't have been able to go to Columbia. Columbia is it's a private school, and you need to have the means to go there. So you either have the money yourself or you have a scholarship. And Fulbright was allowing me to pay for my studies. They gave me a full scholarship, which included not only the tuition and housing and maintenance, but also a book allowance, which was very nice. Secondly, I think for me, Fulbright is doing something which is absolutely necessary in the world today, which is increasing or favoring the communication between people like me, international students, and the Americans. So you get to know the United States from inside, and you realize that many preconceived ideas that you may have about the country and about how things work, actually things a little bit different. So I appreciated that very much. And third, I think through the Fulbright Scholarship, I was acquiring the tools to do something not only for my career advancement, but also something for my home country. When I came back from New York to Guatemala, I used the knowledge that I had acquired to organize a mortgage system, a credit system for low-income families. And through that, I was able to allow access to housing to many people that wouldn't have been able to do it otherwise, right? I actually left Guatemala in 2002. I was moving to Brussels. I was following my wife, who I met in New York. She works at the European Commission in Brussels. So therefore, she's bound to Brussels. I'm a bit more flexible. So I decided to move to Brussels. It has been a fantastic experience. And one of the first things that I did when I moved to Brussels was to get in touch with the Columbia Club of Belgium. Of course, when you arrive to a place like Brussels, which is a very interesting place, but if you don't know people here, you are completely lost. So the first thing you have to do is you have to try to get introduced, you have to try to get to know people. And Columbia Club was one of the first doors that was opening to me here. So our club is doing precisely that, is offering the opportunity to meet people that went to Columbia University, like-minded people, and people who share a very important experience in their lives. So you can talk in very equal terms, which is very interesting when you are coming as a foreigner and you find a group of people that are that offer you some familiarity. So networking is one of our functions. It's a very important function. We also have a sponsoring function. We are normally raising funds, and we are sponsoring students who like to go to Columbia, because we believe the Columbia experience is a good experience. So we are promoting that, and we are trying to provide that to people that need sponsoring. And The other thing that we are doing is providing information about Columbia University itself. We keep a very close relationship with Columbia University, and so we favor the visit of scholars and professors from Columbia University, and we normally organize events around those visits.